Hello everyone, welcome to this video. And basically in this video I'm going to share with you the official website architecture, that is the architecture of our website, that is our club's website. So basically our website is composed of two different components. The first is the main code of the website plus the cloud function. The both of this is present on GitHub, and it just sounds complex, but actually it is not. It is a very easy thing. The second thing is the OCTAWEB, which is our content management system, in which all the content of our website, that is blogs, along with the events, members, WIT things, podcast, all those stuffs are basically present in this content management system, that is OCTAWEB. And I'm going to show you the actual thing, that is the actual website or actual system where it is present. And this main code of a website along with the cloud function is present on GitHub. Now what happens is basically there is a code, there's a main code of the website along with the cloud function. Now what it actually does is exactly now most of you, since I have seen the Google form responses, most of you are already aware of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So you are aware that if we create some HTML, CSS and JavaScript web pages, that can be converted to a website very easily and can be hosted somewhere, right? That is very easy thing. Now what this cloud function which is present on the GitHub does, it basically runs at 2 a.m. every day. It runs at 2 a.m. in the morning, and what this does is it basically extracts all the data from the OCTAWEB. All the data from the OCTAWEB, that is blogs, everything is extracted from the OCTAWEB, and it is converted into HTML, CSS and JavaScript files with the help of this main code of the website. Now what this main code of the website contains is, it contains the structure of different HTML pages. For example, I'll show you. Let us come to the website. Now this is our official website. Now there's a particular structure of a website, right? There's a particular structure that there would be a nav bar, all these home, about us, SIGs, all these would be there. There would be a video, the basic structure, right? Now this structure is basically defined in this main code of a website, right? This structure is defined in the main code of the website, and what this OCTAWEB does, it basically contains these contents. For example, if we see this, our SIGs and this particular content, this content is present in the OCTAWEB. Now what this cloud function does, it runs at 2 a.m. every day. It extracts the content, puts it in the same structure which is defined in the main code of the website, and now what it does is, then it converts some HTML, CSS and JavaScript files, and these three files are hosted somewhere, which is basically our domain, that is iet.nitk.ac.in. These HTML, CSS and JavaScript files are hosted here, and that is why this particular process is very fast. And hence, whenever we change something on the website, it takes at least 1 day to reflect on the website, because every day all those changes occur at 2 a.m. So for example, if I add a blog today, so it would be visible to me next day. So that can definitely, this particular process can be made shorter as well, and that I'll reveal in the next videos. So basically in this video we are going to see about the OCTAWEB, that what this OCTAWEB contains, all those stuffs inside the OCTAWEB. So let us come to the OCTAWEB web page. This is the OCTAWEB admin panel, and since I'm the webmaster, so I have been given a particular webmaster and ID for this particular content management system. So I have the super admin access, so I can do everything. Okay, so let us come to the left side. Here we have blogs, events, members, project reports and projects, which will be very important in the upcoming days, because we'll be doing projects, and all those project reports and projects would be managed here. And different projects which all will be listed, and obviously the previous projects which we have done are also listed here, along with the years, along with the project reports, everything. The blogs that has been published onto our website, as we can see here, all those are also the content of the website. The content of the blogs are all present here, events, members, in similar way you get it, right? That everything is present here. Now let me come into the blogs. As I come here, very easily we can see this is a very super easy interface. Now what we have to do is, if you want to add a new blog, obviously we can click on this, we can add the title for the blog, the content for the blog, the photos which we have to put on the blog, and this particular content is in the form of a markup language, that is the .md file. And if you're not aware of that, that is not a problem. I'll be telling about that in the upcoming videos. And yeah, this is pretty much it to basically add blog. And in similar way we add events, new member, if some new members joins the club, that is our juniors, that is you guys obviously. So basically I'll be adding you as a member onto our club, and all those stuff. You get it, right? This is a very super easy interface which you can see. Now the next is basically all the stuff. For example, you have taken SMPs, so the details of the SMPs is also present here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now there's one more thing that is very important here that I would like to share. For example, if you come to this general, and there would be a settings tab, you come to the settings tab. So here we have basically two things in the administration panel. Obviously, what I'm thinking is, let me firstly complete this, then I'll be revealing what I want to say. There are two things here, that is first the roles and second are the users. Now what this roles basically is, we can define different roles for accessing this OCTAWEB interface. Like there is 10 different roles which are present currently: the chairman role, convener role, guest, PR, secretary, webmaster, and all these roles are present. And there are certain different users who are actually accessing the this particular interface. Now, for example, if you talk about Nirmal Khedkar, who was basically our previous webmaster, so he's a super admin, and he can access. The super admin is basically a role that is, they can access each and everything which is present on this particular interface. In the similar way, what we can do, we can define separate roles. Like we can create a new role, I can add the name to a role, and I can select that what this person can do. Like this person can create, for example, if I have to allow only for reading, I want to allow only read, this person can only read the blogs, nothing other than that. This person can only read the blogs. Then what I'll do, I'll just click on read, I'll click on this blog, and that's it. You get it, right? We can define a particular role, and accordingly we can define users, different users, and I can assign different access to different users. For example, if you talk about Nirmal Khedkar, he can access each and everything. If I talk about the webmaster, he can also access each and everything. If talk about the secretary, for example, let us say secretary, so we can define a role for the secretary. Then secretary cannot edit blogs, though she can do it, but actually I'm just for the example that a secretary can only access the members, nothing other than that. They can access everything, but they cannot edit anything other than members. Now these kind of roles can be done using this roles and users. And in shortly, what I'll be doing is, I'll be creating different credentials for you guys, and I'll be sending it to you in the group, through which you can access this particular CMS, and you can see different stuffs. You can go around and see what are the different things that we can do with the help of the OCTAWEB. Yeah, so this was all about the OCTAWEB, and this is very super easy to use. We can just if we use it for a couple of times, we can very easily do that. So this is pretty much it about the OCTAWEB. If we talk about the main code of a website, this is the main code of the website that is present on the GitHub, and the access of which I'll be giving to you as well, so that you can run it in your local and tweak some changes and check whether what is happening, because you have already been experienced in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and as you change the CSS, you see the different changes are occurring on the website. Similarly, you can tweak some changes on this particular code by running it on your local machine, and then you can just try it out something, right? So basically what happens is, in the github.io, that is our IET and NITK.github.io, there's something called as actions, and in this actions we have this particular thing, the page build and deployment. This is basically the cloud function which I was telling you about. So what this cloud function does, this page build and deployment, this function runs every day. It runs at 2 a.m. and it basically extracts all the data from this particular CMS, that is OCTAWEB, puts it inside our GitHub code somewhere in the SRC folder. It puts it somewhere in the SRC folder in the form of templates, pages, layouts, element and assets. Somewhere here it keeps all those HTML, CSS and JavaScript files, and then it hosts it inside the iet.nitk.ac.in, and we are able to see this particular web page. So for example, if I add a blog today, if I add a blog, I'll be able to see that after 2 a.m. on the website, because every day it changes, as you can able to understand now. So yeah, that's what pretty much about the OCTAWEB. So in the upcoming video, I'll be telling you about how to basically download this particular thing, that is the code of the website, and run it in a local machine, because when I tried to run this in my local, I was facing a lot of issues because it was not running properly on the Windows. So it would be better if you dual boot your laptop or try to run it on your Linux, because it does not give any error. Linux, this particular code runs on Linux very easily, whereas in Windows it gives some error, and that is not an issue now. That will be resolved somewhere in the future. But this video was all about the OCTAWEB, that is the content management system. So yeah, thank you guys.